Have yourself a night, Evan Bouchard. My goodness, 6 points for the Oilers blue liner. Totally redeems himself, and the Oilers pull off the 6-5 overtime victory against the Washington Capitals. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GCL Diesel Oil Street post-game show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Tom Gazzola with you alongside Shawn, Belle, and Benny Thomson. You can text us 780-218-9999. Get into the nasty chat. Nasty chat was going pretty good for a few minutes already. Of course, GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. Turbochargers to ejectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years. Took a little while to get that game going, boys, but once it did, my goodness, back and forth. Evan Bouchard, Connor McDavid. My goodness, what a game that was. 6 points. First Oilers D-man since Paul Coffey to get 6 points in a game when he did it March 14th, 1986. Bellsy, you and I were just wee lads at that time. There was no Ben Thomson on this fine planet of ours, but what a night. How would you sum it up, Bellsy?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great night for Evan Bouchard and the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, it was a bit of a lesson in making sure you're ready to go because they allowed the Capitals to kind of hang around a little bit. And I don't want to start off, obviously, the conversation with negativity because obviously a win's a win. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those things, like they didn't have a shot on goal for quite some time. And then, you know, the Oilers missed a few chances and they weren't quite there, a little bit sloppy. Mm-hmm. But once the Capitals got going, they kind of forced the Oilers' hand and it turned into a hell of a hockey game. And when the Oilers have urgency, man, are they a scary team, because that last 2-minute stretch when they were 6-on-5, they were buzzing, they were moving pucks around like it was pretty to watch. And it just almost seemed inevitable that, okay, this puck is going in the back of the net, because when they do have that urgency, it is, man, look out.
Yeah, look out indeed. The Oilers got the lead. They didn't give up a shot to the Caps on net until the goal. Protas scored on the rebound off the first shot that Ingram makes the save, and then he tucks in the rebound. And there was a lot of expletives coming from the hockey ops booths behind us in the press box on that one. And yeah, Benny, you had a goalie change from the Oilers. Connor Ingram doesn't finish the night. We're going to have to talk about that, obviously. Evan Bouchard steals the show. And I think you made a comment that how does a guy with 5 points only finish with the third star tonight? So craziness, Benny.
That was my first thing. I was like, I had a couple buddies over and they were telling me, yeah, McDavid 5.9. I'm like, what? I guess it kind of makes sense, but to me, I didn't even think Connor had his best game tonight. It kind of looked like a couple of the guys were still fumbling the puck a little bit. It looked a lot like the early season Edmonton Oilers with their puck play a little bit. But I mean, it's all over the Nash chat. We've alluded to it a little bit already. Evan Bouchard was the best player on the ice tonight. And I don't think I'm crazy for saying that. 6-point night, 3 goals, 3 assists. To me, not even just the points, not even just the offense. There were some key points where he made some big plays. I look at the tying goal with 30 seconds left. Dives across, keeps the puck in play. Kind of similar to the Byfield chip out in that LA series we saw in the playoffs last year. He does a similar thing, keeps the play alive in the ozone, and they end up tying it with 30 seconds left there. I mean, one of the most entertaining games I think we've watched this year. Pretty safe to say. Back and forth. It seems like the Oilers just couldn't hold on to a lead. Capitals kept answering right back, and a lot of emotion. They couldn't hold on to a lead. Yeah, exactly. Like it was a very highly entertaining. It was awesome that it was on a Saturday night. Like this deserved a Saturday night broadcast. Exciting game. If you're an Oilers fan, you should be thrilled. Not with necessarily how they fully played, because they definitely didn't play like their best game tonight. No. But just for the pure entertainment, I think it's safe to say that I think all of us were entertained tonight, and Oilers ended up being victorious. So it was overall a good night.
The Oilers and Caps in the 2 games they've played this season, guys, have combined for 22 goals. It's just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know. Bouchard, an all-time night, 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists. Like Benny outlined there, like he had a great game. And I guess like when we talked about Bouchard earlier in the season, we're like, what is he doing? On too many nights where he had costly plays and you had the people that like are enamored with him, and understandably so. They're like, his defensive game isn't that bad. But you're thinking to yourself, like, he is capable of playing a good 200-foot game. He wasn't doing it earlier in the season, and he did it in the playoffs. He did it late in the season the past couple of years. Then he goes and he has a night like tonight, and you're just like, there it is. Yeah. He can do it, and that was so impressive. And I've got some stats here from Brian Swain. Swainer sending these in. Thank you very much, Brian. Says Evan Bouchard is only the third defenseman in NHL history with at least 3 even strength goals, 5 points, and a plus-minus of +5. The others, Bobby Orr in 1974 and Tom Bladen in 1977. That is insane. Obviously, a high-scoring era. And then Swainer adds, and he's the third defenseman in NHL history to factor on all 6 of his team's goal. The others, Doug Crossman for Tampa Bay in 1992 and Al McInnes for Calgary in 1994. That's just wild.
Wow. Those are wild stats.
That's something else, man. Like, thank you, Swainer. Good digs, as always. Brian Swain, give him a follow on X. He digs up great stats, and we're lucky he shares them with us here on the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show. All right, have your say, 780-218-9999. If you're the Oilers, Bellsy, what elements of the game tape is Chris Knobloch and the coaching staff going to be like, okay, we like this, we like this, we like this? And what elements are they going to be like, this needs work, this needs work, this needs work? What would you say to tonight?
Well, yeah, like I would think it's a tale of 2 tapes. I mean, the first period where it was, having the ability to have like a bit of a killer instinct, because if you watch the Capitals in that first period, like they were non-existent. The shots were 10-2. And the Oilers left a lot of opportunities in that first period sitting right there.
Yep.
So I think from, tape number 1, it would be showing guys, like if we're ready to go, this game might be over. It might be 3-0. It might be 4-0 because they were listless. And unfortunately, you allowed them back into the game by keeping it 0-0 and just like kind of playing ho-hum. Like, I don't think they were awful. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I don't think they were humming on full cylinder.
Yeah.
So that'd be tape number 1. Tape number 2, I would just simply put the last 2 minutes of the game on. And I would say, guys, the urgency that we have right here shows you a lot. And when we decide that we want to play like that, well, good luck stopping us, because we are pretty good. And the big guys, like they're impossible to stop when they get going. So, yeah, you want to have that relentlessness. You want to have that dog, if you will, in you, and the Oilers have the ability to do that. They just have to come out a little bit cleaner and crisper to put teams away.
Benny, you want to chime in with anything?
Yeah, to me, I think what happened with the Oilers and why it wasn't like a dominant win for them. I made the point, I think it was last post game. Their puck play is their biggest strong suit. They need to have that going if they want to be a team that is dominant. And I think tonight was a game where if their puck play is better, I don't think you're talking about necessarily the shootout type of game. I think the Oilers get up early. It's a different game. If you convert on a couple of chances you had in that first period, I understand. Like the Capitals didn't have a shot until the final 30 seconds it was before Protas scored. And now I understand the Capitals had some chances. They got blocked or they missed the net or whatever. But to me, the puck play, it still hasn't gotten that much better. Since the New Jersey game. It's been sloppy since the New Jersey one. So it's been 3 games straight where it's kind of looked like early season Oilers where it feels like they haven't had practice and they're fumbling pucks and not making the right passes, or just not going for them. Actually, one of them benefited. Bouchard received a pass and hopped over a stick, and one of the Capitals played it, and it resulted in too many men penalty. So kind of benefited the Oilers on one play. But to me, I think if the Oilers want to get back to kind of the hockey they were playing when they were on that on a good streak there. The puck play needs to get better, and I'm still coming away from this game going their puck play still needs to, because it's it wasn't great tonight. Still got them the win though, so you'll take it.
That was crazy. The Oilers had the lead, blew it, had the lead, blew it, gave up the lead, gave up the lead, gave up the lead, and then win it. Wild, and yes, puck play not great. Defensively, Bellsy, some of those goals. Like, there were some goals from distance tonight.
Yeah.
And I know it looked like there's a few redirections, like that third one on Ingram, where he got the pole. I know we're gonna hit on the goaltending, but defensively, Bellsy, how would you assess Edmonton tonight?
Just sloppy. They did a good job at certain stretches of keeping plays to the outside, but then when you start to see the goals go in, some of them were good goals, some of them were bad, but they're mistimed plays, or costly turnovers, or the 2-on-1 was sort of. I mean, that's a nice shot by him, but like, once again, it's a 2-on-1. So was it, from a defensive positioning standpoint, terrible? Not necessarily, but it was just sloppy, and it was turnovers and net front battles, and it was just little things like that resulted in goals against.
Let's go to some text, 780-218-9999, as the Oilers beat the Washington Capitals in a fun, exciting game, 6-5 in overtime. Connor McDavid, his 32nd goal of the season at 47 seconds into OT, gets the job done. All right, we have a bunch of texts that are coming in, and Nasty Chat's doing his thing. Always appreciate that. Like, share, subscribe. We want to get those subscriptions up, so if you haven't already, please do. We appreciate that very much. Doesn't sign text guy says, I hate how much my mood is dictated by this team. Big W, and the plus-minus stats are insane in this game. Let's go over to the plus-minus stats. Like, I'm looking at the box score here. I'm looking at the Caps first, guys. Protas -3, Connor McMichael +2, and then on defense, Chychrun -2, Ferrari -2, a couple. There's Van Riemsdyk +2, and then a bunch of guys. Dowd -2, and then you go over to the Oilers.
The Oilers one is funny.
Hyman +3, Savoy -2, Draisaitl +2. Podkolzin -2, McDavid +5, Bouchard +5, Ekholm +3, Nurse -2, Wallman -4, and then just capping off the box score. You look at Jari, he makes 13 saves on 15 shots. That Connor McMichael goal, like, he had 4 whacks at it before he put the fourth one in. Connor Ingram, 9 saves on 12 shots, .750 save percentage. Tough night for him. Yeah, so the stats are, and the box score is crazy from this game. It was exciting. Like, the second half of the game was fantastic to watch, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Just, was it structured? No. Were the Oilers sloppy? Yes, the boys outlining that, but that was crazy. Coach Mike says, if Bouch doesn't have a disastrous first 10 games, are we talking Norris this year? 2 for 2 on, or 2 and 2 on the homestand. Do they finish strong? Does this win finally start a winning streak? I was going to pass that all off to you, Bellsy. You can handle Coach Mike's questions. Oh my goodness!
God.
Thank you, Bellsy.
You muted your mic. You muted your mic for when you were talking, and you unmuted it for your coffee. There you go.
Felt it through the camera. Go ahead.
That question just made me cough. So, like, I've been on record saying that they're going to have 3-game winning streaks so much that I can't go back on record to say they're going to have a 3-game winning streak, because we never know what's going to happen. But I'm going to be along for the ride, so I'm hoping that this would be the catalyst to kind of get them going. Yeah. But I can't put my name behind it, because you just never know. You think it's there, then it's not.
Ontario Momes. I'm just going to read this, okay? Boys, word on the street is Knobloch promised Bouch a walk around Bonnie Doon Mall, lifetime supply of Werther's Originals, and to cap the night, dinner at Ricky's. Ontario Momes. Bravo.
Text of the night.
That's the text of the night. A mall walk. He promised him. Mall walk. Shawn texted us, says Three's Company can't win 3 in a row, can't lose 3 in a row. Yes, that's good. That today, that situation, can't lose 3 in a row. That's great. I think they've only lost 3 in a row once. If I go back into the game log, take a look at the Oilers season. Like they've had stretches where they had like an OT loss mixed in there, and they were winless in 3, but a true losing streak. Islanders, Devils, and Detroit. That was the only other time this season. And then they had they went 0-2-1, St. Louis, Dallas, and Colorado. And then they went 0-2-1 again, Buffalo, Washington, and Tampa. So good point, Shawn. They don't really sustain winning streaks because they don't even have one, and they don't sustain losing streaks. So touche. Let's go to BDA Boy. Says, Tom, a win is a win, as they say, but defensively, the Oilers need some critical upgrades to beat good teams. That's BDA Boy. I don't disagree with that at all. I still feel like they probably need a defenseman, but we'll see what they end up doing. I wanted to read this. It's from Randy, guys. Buckle up. Randy Texan says, it's wild that the narrative goes from a loss and a losing streak to an OT win that will get celebrated like a cup parade is also being planned. Literal seconds at the end of the game, just a bounce off the Washington defenseman changes the commentary. But a win's a win, right? And then Randy says, I'd argue Chychrun was also very, very good tonight, regardless of the box score and counting that. A win's a win. I think you take the 2 points, but I mean, there were not great moments in that. There were some bad, rough moments and patches for the Oilers in this game. And I think it's only fair we talk about them. So I don't know about the cup parade being planned, Randy, but that was an exciting win on a Saturday night with, like Belzy and Benny talked about, stuff that needs to be looked at by the Oilers and maybe a little bit of practice time. All right. Go ahead. You want to jump on that?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, you have to take the 2 points because at the end of the day, it's a win's a win, a loss is a loss. And if we lost, I mean, the expectation would be to be critical of the loss and why they lost. So, yeah, sure, we have to sit on here and discuss the game. But at the end of the day, hey, did they win the game? That is probably the most important thing in sports. So, yeah, we're going to sit here and say a win's a win. Was it clean? No. Was it crisp? No. Would their passing be a little bit better? Could they have been better to start the game? Yes. Can Ingram been better? Question mark. But once again, at the end of it, they won the game. They got the 2 points that they needed. Now they can move on to the next game.
All right, Belzy, I know you're under the weather, so we'll get you wrapped up here pretty quickly. Goaltending, just overview, and then the game on Monday coming up here, what the Oilers need to do to prep for that one against the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah, just looking at those goals that were scored, how many do you really, really think he probably needs back? And I understand fully that, protest scores with, I think it was his first shot or the second shot of the game.
Yeah.
And, he lets in 3, and I think it was 5 shots or 4 shots. So I fully understand that, but the sort of one was, it was a nice play, a nice little skill play, a little hesitation. He kind of gets a little bit more middle ice. He looks past, he ends up ripping it short side. There's a one that gets deflected off of Stastny's foot and ends up going in the back post. Could you argue that it was far enough out that he should be able to get that? But it's a bang-bang play. So do I think he was as sharp as he possibly could have been? Not necessarily. But I don't know if I'm going to sit there and be like, man, like all these goals were terrible. And I think we got to give him the benefit of the doubt because for the most part, he's been pretty solid. Jari comes in, does a decent job. Some of the goals that were scored on him, obviously the battle in front where the guy gets 4 or 5 whacks at it, puts it in the net. Mm-hmm. There was a tip in by Wilson. Those are goals that you're hoping that your defense can kind of pick up a stick or knock somebody down so that they don't get those chances. So the goaltending to me was okay. I don't think it was, I don't think it gave you a chance to steal the game by any stretch of the imagination, but I thought it was okay. And it was enough for them obviously to win the game. All
right. Dan DeMan has a question for you. I'm sorry. I'm going to, cause I know you want to get out of here and scoot and get to bed. But Dan DeMan says, fun game. Bellsy, can you explain what has been happening all year in the face-off circle? Draisaitl is constantly thrown out and barking. What is going on?
Well, Draisaitl cheats in the face-off circle all the time.
Yeah.
And I think the motto is if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So that's what he does. And then sometimes, and we've talked about this before, that the linesmen take a little bit longer to drop the puck than some people would like.
Yeah.
Dry's the type of guy that once he's set and lined up, he wants you to drop the puck immediately, as opposed to, waiting another second or, 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. And by that point, he's kind of giving it to the linesman. They boot him out, and that's just who he is. So when he's set up, he expects the puck to be dropped. He does cheat quite a bit. It is what it is.
I'd like to hear some of those conversations, to be honest with you. They'd be wonderful. I'm sure he's
definitely need to be PG.
Yeah, well, we'd have to hit the beep button, the bleep button for sure. Okay, big man, good job today. Great job yesterday at the alumni game. Your goal, that video is doing great. I think I had like 55,000 views on my Twitter post. And then Benny, you put it up on our Instagram and TikTok. How's it doing?
It's doing pretty good. I think it was already at 6K views, and it's only been up for 2.5 hours or something. Yeah, 6.9K views. So it's doing well there. So I mean, it's people like the shot you had there, Bellsy.
Apparently.
Hey, Unk still got it.
Still got it. Look at that.
The gray beard still got it. Yes. Apparently.
You're distinguished. You're distinguished. Yeah. Great stuff tonight, Bellsy. Thank you as always. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I'm off to bed. I got to get better. I got to rest up here.
All right. Night, big man.
Take it easy, boys.
There you go. There's Shawn Belle with our breakdown of the game tonight. Edmonton wins it 6-5 over the Washington Capitals in overtime. Just a wild finish. Edmonton pulls the goalie with, I think it was like 2 minutes and 20 seconds left when they got Jari out of the net, and then they went and it was somewhere around 30 seconds left. They get the equalizer. Bang play in tight, and it's Connor McDavid 47 seconds in. On the feed from Evan Bouchard, 6-point game. What the hell is going on out there? Bouchard, outstanding. That's some Paul Coffey, you know what. A little bit of magic there from Bouch, and a lot of people liking what they saw from him tonight. EST hat hits the ice. I was leaving. And shout out to Denise, who does security at Rogers Place, and the crew. They were going through the hats. You don't get them back, by the way. They donate them. I know people have asked if you can get them back, but you don't get them back.
Have you looked at Twitter? The owner of the hat has tweeted at us.
Oh, did he? What did he say?
Trevor Harris.
Trevor.
He replied saying, a buddy tagged him saying that the Road Dog or something. Tommy, that's Road Dog Trev's. Tag me in the post, and then Trevor Harris says that's my hat. So
I love it.
Road Dog Trev.
Hey, if you see that video, like that hat has been worn. Time for a new one. Great cause. You give it, donate it and sacrifice it to the hat trick gods, as I put it. Denise, like there's an EST hat in there, and the crew was going through them. Lots of hats on there, and I'm like, is it okay if I get a video? And you just love to see it. So I like when EST gear pops up. Like we see them sometimes on broadcasts. There was a couple times last year, and it's that Leo DiCaprio meme from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where you're like, yeah, exactly. Nicely done. Well done, Trev. Road Dog Trev. And the hat is going to a good place. And it was funny too. I'm like, I looked at the lady that was like sorting through them, and she's like picking through and making like a making it like
I bet you there's a lot of sweat stains.
She said there's like some nasty hats. Yeah, she's kind of had that icky look on her face, like, oh. And I'm like, are they nasty? She goes, yeah, some of them are just gross. So I love it. That's funny. Boosh with the hat trick. All right. You can text us 780-218-9999. Reed Wilkins will be hopping on in a little bit. He says it's slow tonight, waiting for Knobloch. No worries. Riedrich, do your thing. And we'll get to some clips and stuff as well. Do we have any clips already?
Nothing yet.
Okay. Let's go into the inbox. 780-218-9999. Vance Van Vandervan. Great name. Good to see Vance Van Vandervan last week at BP. And Vance Van Vandervan says, quick theory, Ingram didn't deserve to get pulled, but he was recently off. I don't know about like if he, wasn't feeling good. Or felt shaky, but let's go to Coach Mike. Says those Oilers ice times. Yikes. Knobloch has no faith in his fourth line. Yes. Okay. So we noticed that McDavid's line was basically out there the entire third period. So you look at the ice time allotment here. Hyman 24:06. McDavid 28:43. Nugent Hopkins 22:43. Draisaitl 26:16. And then you look at the low end, Frederick 7:48, Lazar 7:02, Howard 9:12, Mangiapane 9:39, and Podkolzin 11, Roslovic just under 12, Savoy just over 12. Yeah. Bouchard 29-25 tonight. Like, just insane. Does that concern you, Benny, or are you just like, oh, this is kind of how they do it?
Long run, yes. I worry sometimes that kind of plays into overtime, that some of the top guys maybe are too tired for overtime.
Right.
Obviously, wasn't the case tonight. But to me, it's not necessarily the fourth line that gets underplayed. To me, Frederick, Lazar, and Janmark gets PK time, but those guys, they're going to be under 10 minutes. Like, it's just how it's going to be. And I expect the same in the playoffs. Like, to me, the fourth line, you're not going to give them more than 10 minutes. That's not the type of team the Oilers are. I look at guys like Andrew Mangiapane. I look at guys like Ike Howard. I look at guys like even Roslovic tonight played under 12 minutes. Those are the type of guys I think those numbers can go up a little bit. What is surprising is Mangiapane didn't even get to 10 minutes, and he was on the slot on the second line tonight. And I didn't really feel like they changed up the lines a little bit in the third period. I saw Podkolzin go out with Roslovic and Savoy. But to me, I just feel like there isn't a whole lot of trust. Some guys on this team with Knobloch. I don't think Knobloch trusts Howard in his own zone, which is why I think he got pulled off quite a bit in the third. I don't think Knobloch trusts Mangiapane, and we know this. I don't think he There's guys you can go down and you go, okay, he doesn't really trust some of these guys. The guys he does trust, though, Roslovic, Podkolzin, Savoy, those are the type of guys. I still think those numbers can go up a little bit, but it's the type of game where it's a shootout and you're constantly chasing the next goal. So I understood why the big boys played a little bit more, but yeah, if I'm Knobloch, I'm trying to keep those numbers down.
Yeah, well, he doesn't do that. So he clearly does not do that and doesn't seem to change. It was funny, too, how many people were yelling shoot to the Oilers in the first period because they were dusting it off, making those extra passes. And then when they finally shot, Bouchard was scoring. Yeah. Okay. Randy has replied. I'm going to read it.
Okay.
At least half of it because there's a lot.
Yeah.
We'll amuse him here.
Okay.
It says, fellas, come on. There have been quote unquote moral victory losses that get excused. So respectfully, a loss isn't a loss. Be consistent because right now, and homer takes are fine if it's acknowledged. But again, dominating win, obviously good and celebrated, and outplayed, didn't deserve it. Win is a win. Celebrate the 2 points. But then the unlucky loss is filled with excuses. So that's acceptable. And only an outplayed loss is really scrutinized. That's fine. Randy, come on, man. I think we shred them when they play bad. Give them praise when they play good. They didn't play great tonight.
I don't think anyone on here has been like, oh my God, the Oilers played incredible tonight. They did not play well. Like, this was not their best game at all. I would grade it a C. Like a C plus maybe. To me, they had moments where it's like, oh, great. Special teams. Oilers 1 for 5 on the power play today. You can look at that and go, or I think it was 1 for 5.
I'll double check.
You can look at that and go, that's 20%, right? Like that is not very good. But you can also spin it as McDavid scored on the power play that was most important to tie the game near I think it was 9 minutes left in the third period. That was a huge power play goal they needed to get. They got it. So I mean, yeah, like there was those moments. Yeah, like defensively they were sloppy tonight. The puck play was sloppy tonight. Same time though, we're not going to come on here and watch Bouchard get 6 points and McDavid get 5 points and go, the Oilers suck. They were brutal. They don't even deserve to win. Like they had moments, and you can look at Oilers outshot Washington 40-27. I think it was. Yeah, 40-27. Yep. That's a positive. Like there's some small stuff here. By all means, I don't think any of us are saying the Oilers played incredible tonight, but they didn't play horrible. Like it was.
No, they didn't play great, but
yeah,
what it was entertaining.
Absolutely.
That was crazy. That was wild the way that game went. So I think we can acknowledge that, but I don't know. I think we try to be as objective as possible. So, but anyway, thank you, Randy, for listening. We always appreciate it. And, Randy likes to stir it up too. We know that going back even to the 1260 days, I think. Atif chiming in. Oh boy is right. Let's see where this one goes. Atif says Bouchard must have got his inner Bouchard going from last night with the Shoresy game in town. Bellsy scoring last night. Bouchard with an amazing night. Lots of fun the last 2 nights.
I think he's meaning inner Bellsy.
Inner Bellsy, yeah, but he wrote his inner Bouchard. How many beers? Wheels?
I got what you were saying, Wheels.
I know what he's saying. Yeah.
I saw a couple texts like that too. It's Bellsy scored similar-ish area to where Bouchard's hat trick goal was. So maybe he left a special spot on that.
There's some magic on that blue line.
Yep.
Tell you what. Jay Not Jay says regarding Ice Tide, don't forget there were 6 penalties too. Yeah. Edmonton 1 for 5 on the power play, 4 for 5 on the PK. Sorry, Benny. Go ahead.
No, that's probably why you see Roslovic with 11:58 and Podkolzin with 11:19.
Yeah.
Poney at 9:39. Those are guys. I don't think Podkolzin kills a lot. If he's on there, it's very like spur of the moment, kind of throw him out there. I don't think he's a regular PK guy. So I think that's probably why those numbers are low, which then you would probably have to mix them in more 5-on-5, which they weren't willing to do because they were down. So I understand it, but yeah, those are the type of guys you want to give more minutes to, I think, in a regular game.
All right, let's go back inside the inbox. 780-218-9999. 6-5 overtime win for the Oilers. Connor McDavid, the hero. No big deal. Evan Bouchard, 6-point night. First time an Oilers D-man does that since March 14th, 1986. Paul Coffey did it. Let's go to BP Tony. What up, BP Tony? Says, Bouchard trade value high now, LOL. With that said, he tied for top scoring among D-men. Crazy. Yeah, it's the wild swings with Evan Bouchard.
Embrace it. Like Hernan says, embrace it.
Yeah, Hernan did say that. Let's go to RBM. Says, wild game. Personally, I thought they were too relaxed with the puck management and plays with the puck until they had to put the urgency on. I didn't think they deserved the win tonight. With that said, they found a way. They just found a way. Some ridiculous plays from the big guns. Great for Bouch for his performance. What a hit he put on in the third in his own end. And my Lord, McDavid, LOL. And then RBM says, I agree. Betty told my dad it was almost as if the selected Olympians were kind of mailing it in until the Olympics or something, just the way they were playing. I don't know. That's from RBM, 2-parter there. Appreciate the text. Let's go to Dirty Curdy. Dirty Curdy says the shine has completely worn off Roslovic, and now a stench is brewing. Like how he was scratched in the playoffs, gets pushed off pucks, isn't defensively sound, coupled with not scoring recently, not a recipe for playoff success. I was talking with Shaggy tonight, and I just said, hey, would you, when it comes to Roslovic, like, would you be apprehensive in giving him a contract? And I've talked about this. I think I would be too.
I'm with you. Yeah.
And Shaggy was like, yeah, I think that's fair. So I'm curious to know what people think. Let me know.
I'm not here for the Roslovic hate yet. Like
no.
Yeah, to me, I still think he's a valuable piece to this team right now. He's a much needed. I understand he hasn't scored as much at the clip that he was before he was hurt, but he's still a very important piece to me. I think when Henrique is healthy, assuming Kapanen eventually drops off from that ridiculous stand he was on there when he was healthy, right. I'd imagine Roslovic kind of slots back into the top 6 as a winger eventually, but or if they add some of the deadline, I think they're going to try to slide Roslovic to wing which he's probably best at, and you put him with some skill players, I think the numbers will go up for him a little bit more. But yeah, I'm with you. I would have a very big fear that if you were to extend him, that the gas kind of gets, or the foot comes off the gas a little bit, and we're talking about a guy that's putting up 30 points and you're paying him $4.5 million or $5 million. So yeah, I'd probably hold off on the extension, at least for now.
A couple people, Riding the Pine and James, both said Roslovic shouldn't be a center. Riding the Pine says the guy's not a center. Good on him. Yeah, and I agree with him not being a center. I thought there was a little stretch there, or a couple of games where he looked all right, but
I still think the line, their line looks pretty solid in the ozone.
I thought they had some good moments tonight. Yeah,
I think the way Knobloch uses them of throwing them in the ozone and just let them be an ozone line. I honestly think they've had decent looks. It just hasn't really gone in for them. Well, they scored against New Jersey and Pittsburgh. Savoy with the 2 goals. So
Savoy misses the net a lot. Do you notice that?
He does. Yeah. Did miss the net.
Scored the other night though. Yeah. Let's go to Sobkirk, who says, "Go Oil, happy Saturday, Tom and crew. Get some cold beers in you after the show. That game was wild. Yeah, definitely was wild." Mark from the Hope, easily Bouchard's best game. Mark from Hope, yes, indeed. Not going to argue that. I think this is Rip City Step says, never in doubt. And this one says, Evan expletive Bouchard. Yep. Jace says, do Savoy and Howard have something personal on Knob to not play in the third? I think and I know there's a bit of a joke there, but I think that I think you said it, Benny, that Knobloch doesn't have the trust for Howard, and maybe there's more for Savoy than Howard. I get Savoy. It. Yeah,
because Savoy can play in his own end, or at least to a very solid level, to where you're not panicking and going, okay, this guy's gonna turn over the puck. Like he's wise amongst past his years in his own end. I feel like he's responsible, and that's why he's on the PK. The Howard trust, 100%. I can understand where people are like, give this guy more of a leash, but Savoy, I feel like, has enough. To me, he's going to be a third liner PK guy, maybe slots in the top 6 here and there. I'm not too mad where he's playing.
You know what, Knobloch, even if you listen to his pregame availabilities or even like off days, whatever, he gives Savoy a lot of roses. When it comes to he high praise for Savoy and his 200-foot game, let's call it. Don't really get that about Howard. He's a rookie though, so we'll see how they develop. You got to play, you got to learn, you got to make mistakes, and then you just hope that they're not costly ones. All right, let's go to C-Mac. C-Mac, a long one, but I'll read it. C-Mac says, I try to be positive and supportive, but this team is so frustrating. This team is unserious. If they don't wake up and decide they want to win every game, instead of only trying when they want to, they won't go far. This team continuously plays down to their opponents, gets a lead and gives it back, tries to scavenge individual points for milestones instead of making the right play. The coach plays guys to avoid hurt feelings, the quote-unquote, we deserve the win sentiment, instead of actually taking control and winning the game. Man, this could age like milk, but it's every year. Good night. Have a great show tonight. I will listen tomorrow. That's from C-Mac. Well, have a nice rest, C-Mac. I hope you slept well. And if you're listening to it on Sunday, I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. And I understand your frustration. I think we're used to it now with the Oilers, right? Like it's just they don't do things the easy way, do they? No. They really don't. No. Yeah. In terms of like the Caps, we talked to Taryn Bray, right, on the pregame show, and she said that this team hasn't been able to put together back-to-back wins since end of November?
Yeah.
And they played last night, got the win in Calgary. They pick up a point. They're 5 points back of a playoff spot in the East. They're tied with Florida, Philly, Toronto, and 1 point up on New Jersey. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to describe this Washington team. Erratic?
Yeah. They're the Winnipeg Jets of the East, to me. Had a ridiculous year last year, a solid team on paper.
Yep.
They're not cup contenders. Like they're not a team to me that can win a Stanley Cup. They don't have the pieces. Mm-hmm. They're a good team, but yeah, they're sitting out of a playoff spot. Jets got embarrassed tonight against Red Wings.
5-1.
Scott Arniel came out and said that's maybe the most embarrassing loss I've ever coached. So I see similarities. I don't think the Capitals are embarrassed by their loss tonight, but I kind of had, I don't want to sound like I'm like, oh, I knew this was going to happen. But like when the Oilers tied it late, I kind of had a feeling like this is where a team that like has been losing a bunch of games loses the game. Like this is a type of loss where Washington will blow it and they'll lose in overtime and that's it. And they can't get that back-to-back win. Right. So, yeah, to me, could I see them turning it around and making the playoffs? Yes. Eastern Conference is that jam-packed, and it seems like if you get hot for 2 weeks, all of a sudden you're leading your division. Like it's just kind of how it is over in the East. Yeah. So I don't think Washington's done by any means. Like I don't think they're out of the playoffs, but they are right now. But I don't see it like the potential. But yeah,
in the Metro, they're 2 points back of the Islanders.
Yeah. So I mean, like string together 3 wins, and you're probably talking you're in a playoff spot. But yeah, to me, if I were to predict, I still think they make the playoffs. I don't think they'll miss. I think a team will fall off eventually. That's in the Metro. But yeah, they're going through it right now. But it seems like pretty much every team has a stretch right now where they go through it, and matter if they bounce back or not.
Well, it's almost 2 months long where they can't put together back-to-back wins, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
The Olympic break, I bet you, will help them a lot. I think that's gonna be a big reset for them. They just gotta survive getting there.
Rip City Step said Bouchard scored for the cycle. Bouchard had a 5-on-5 point, 4-on-4 point, 5-on-4 point, 6-on-5 point, 3-on-3 point.
You just need a shorty.
I think you're right. I think Step is right. Actually, that's that's nuts, man.
What's this? Swainer, where's the stat on
Where's
that?
Swain Dog?
Yeah. We need a stat on that if a D-man has ever done that. Maybe even a player. Like I don't even know.
Yeah.
That's quite
well, Mario Lemieux scored a goal in 5 different situations in the 90s, or was it the 80s? Yeah. It's like 5-on-5, 4-on-4, power play shorty, empty netter. Yeah, like it was crazy. It was crazy. All right, we do have audio. Let's go inside the Oilers locker room. Let's hear from the hero tonight, not named Evan Bouchard, the other hero, the guy that scored the game-winning goal and only had 5 points to Bouchard's 6, Connor McDavid.
Talk about Bouchard's game tonight. I mean, as good a game as I've seen from a D-man. Special. He can do that, that's his level. His best is among the best in the world, not just D-man players. He's a special player and he played great.
He has got a real heavy shot, but he's incredibly accurate with it.
Yeah. He when he gets time, it's pretty impressive. He can shoot it hard. He can shoot it accurately. He can do just about anything with it.
There were some pretty clutch moments too, outside of the goals, like keeping it at the line and just sort of little things in his game when he's on like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's killing penalties. First over the boards for the penalty kill. Has to do a lot of different things. He just keeps getting better and better. I don't know. I can't say enough good things about the guy.
This was a very back and forth game, obviously. How did you feel about the team game overall, especially in the wake of the last 2?
You know what? I thought actually we were good. I thought we were the better team of the 2 out there. I thought we were unlucky to be down at times, and we just kind of stuck with it. Again, not the prettiest of wins, but one that we needed, and we'll move on from that.
Back to Evan, like earlier on in the season, he had some struggles with giveaways and things like that, but it just seemed that he seems like an even-keeled guy. Like nothing seems to get him too excited. Nothing seems to bother him too much.
No, you nailed it. Not too high, not too low. Bouchard had 3 and 3, 6 points plus 5, and he's the same. Tonight, I mean, you guys will talk to him. He's the same if nothing happens. So, yeah, he's a special player. Not much else I can say.
Doug Armstrong helping him on the Canadian level.
Wouldn't be in a tough spot there. You know what? He's a heck of a player among a lot of great Canadian defensemen. It's a good problem to have, but I'm sure management has been watching.
Oh, look at that. Connor McDavid made a joke.
What?
Right?
He's not
He
allowed
has a sense
to.
of humor.
They won, but that's not allowed. They played bad. He's not allowed to make a joke.
Randy doesn't want any jokes tonight. I'm kidding, Randy. I'm kidding, buddy. I'm just giving you the gears. All right. We got a lot of texts coming in. Why is Rashog in the scrum with the plague he has had? That's from Kamloops J. Shoggy is feeling better. I sat with him tonight. He's back. He had medication and he's good to go. But I can appreciate that, Kamloops J. Good text. And then Kamloops J also adds in regard to the game. I know they won. However, this is now 3 games in a row where they didn't play. The greatest passes weren't connecting. Shots weren't making the net. Shots weren't going in, and just terrible decision making is their concern. Yes, I think your point is valid. And I was thinking about this during the game. I'm like, puck movement hasn't been particularly great. Practice tomorrow, man, and be ready for Monday against an Anaheim Ducks team. That's kind of dipped, obviously, lately. But, yeah, they have not been moving the puck efficiently and well. Are you going at it with Rip City Step? Is that what I'm seeing in the
he's not liking my beard.
Oh.
Call my beard weird. That's an Eminem line.
Okay.
No, he said something about better beard than Benny, though. But yeah, so I'm having beef with him right now. I'm just kidding. But,
boy. You two settle it outside. Let's go to, we have Evan Bouchard, the man with 6 points, first Oilers defenseman to do it, says Paul Coffey, March 14th, 1986. 3 goals, 3 assists for number 2. Let's go to him now.
The Oilers who've had 6 points or more in a game as a defenseman is Paul Coffey twice, Kevin Lowe, and now you. How does that sound?
Yeah, it's good company for sure. Good for me to be on that list, but more importantly, we got the win on a big night.
You remember the last time you had a hat trick?
Never.
Never had
First
a hat
one, no. First one. Yeah.
Now, you're always a pretty calm guy, but when you scored the hat trick, were maybe outwardly not emotion, inwardly, were you a little excited?
Definitely excited, yeah. I mean, it kept us in the game. It was a big goal for us at the time. Yeah.
What do you take as a souvenir from tonight? Do you take a puck? Or?
I got nothing. No. Maybe a hat.
Evan, what's the key to your kind of mentality? And you don't seem to get too down when things aren't going well. Or you don't seem to get too excited when things like. What's the key to your kind of level-headedness? I guess is the best way to say it.
I don't know. I guess that's kind of how I've always been. Try to stay even keel. Highs and lows of the game are definitely a thing, but as long as you can keep it pretty even keel, usually it works out for the best.
You're a pretty good offensive defenseman. Was this a game like? Did you feel it? Where you're like, once you got that second goal, you feel like, hey, this might be my night?
Yeah, I mean, getting one early helps for sure. Confidence goes up. The way we were playing in the offensive zone definitely helped too. Gave me open looks, and guys put me in good spots.
The results have been a little all over the place here recently. How much do you think the group needed just a really good, solid, kind of gutsy team win like this?
Yeah, that was huge for us. Being down in the last minute, not quitting, getting the tying goal. It's a big homestand for us, so we really got to build off of that and keep it going next game.
Pretty hard to steal the thunder out of a Connor McDavid 5-point night. Just what are your thoughts on your captain as well?
Yeah, he's the leader of the team. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. He does it all. He's playing, PK, power play, 25 to whatever minutes it is a night for forwards. Hard to do, and he does it. Makes it look easy, and still flies around out there. So, yeah, I mean, what can you really say about him?
A lot. He's a great player. And then Bouchard had a great night. El Presidente said that was the best he's ever seen Bouchard play. Had a hell of a game tonight. I think a lot of people would agree. I'm El Presidente. I'm one of those. Like, he was fantastic tonight, and good to see. Really good to see. 6 points for Evan Bouchard. All right, you know what? Let's get to. I see Reed's just about ready to go. Let's get to the turning point of the game. Brought to you by Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists. You've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach trusted by the best in the game at Advantage Sport Medicine. Book your assessment today at www.advantagesportmed.ca or call 780-460-9977. Speaking of McDavid and frozen peas, Benny, do you think when he got Tom Wilson in the sensitive male area, That was on purpose, or did he accidentally get his leg kick going back there?
I don't think he could confirm or deny.
And did you see him stare at Wilson after that too? He's like,
huh? How about that?
Whoops.
I'd imagine they make up for it in Milan, but yeah, I found that pretty funny.
Nah, just kidding. The turning point of the game. I mean, there were so many crazy moments in this game. You could point out the game-winning goal, but to me, I'll go with this one. I like the equalizer late in the game. Zach Hyman buries his 20th from McDavid and Bouchard at 19:28. They had the goalie pulled for, at that point, close to 2 minutes, because I think it was somewhere around the 2:30 mark where they pulled Tristan Jarry. So you get that equalizer, you get the crowd back in it, and then you go 47 seconds into overtime, and you get the game winner from Connor McDavid. So I'm going to go with the equalizer late in the third period from Zach Hyman. That got the Oilers the point, and then they get the extra point in OT. So that is your Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy turning point of the game. Give them a call if you need to get something fixed, or you need to have something looked at that's been bothering your body. Book your assessment today at www.advantagesportmed.ca or call Force 60-99-77. Of course, that is a 780 area code on that one. Let's bring in the big man, Reed Wilkins, for Reed's Reed, powered by eWell, of course, your power play specialist as well. eWell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations, and you can order online anytime at ewell.ca. eWell, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. It was electric in there tonight at Rogers Place. Reed Wilkins. Some of us are being accused of being too happy about the Oilers win.
Homers would say.
Randy dropped the homer tag. I feel like we pointed out their areas that they lacked in tonight. People have discussed how they are like a wild ride of emotions, this team. Reed, Rick, where do you come out on how the Oilers played and the way they're playing lately, despite the win?
Okay, first of all, Tom.
Hi.
The Mario Lemieux cycle.
Yes.
December 31st, 1988. Even strength, power play, shorthanded, penalty shot, empty net.
That's the one.
Those were the 5 different ways in which he scored.
That's the one.
You may have said that, but I thought I wanted to look it up when I got home.
What date was that?
December 31st, 1988.
I was 2. 3.
I was 14. How about that?
We were just some fresh babes.
I was following that game on the teletype.
Are you serious right now?
No.
Okay. You silly goose.
Well, I guess I didn't hear that part of the show, so I didn't hear Randy's text, but I guess he summarized it. I don't want to spend too much time on that, but I mean that's sports. I mean, how many times does a team play perfectly? Almost never.
Rarely.
I mean, look at the NFL playoff games. There have been 10 of them. There's been one blowout.
Mm-hmm.
One, I guess, sort of lopsided, New England and Houston. Weren't all the rest within a score? Didn't 2 or 3 go to overtime?
Yeah, pretty tight.
I mean, that's sports. Most games are close. Most games involve overcoming bad things or good plays by the opponent team or your own mistakes. I don't think that is unique to the Oilers. I think this year's team is more flawed than the last 4 or 5 years. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
So yes, but I think if you want me to touch on those, I think that those flaws were apparent tonight. Is that there is no threat to score a goal other than from about 6 players. I'll even list those players: McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, Nugent-Hopkins, Bouchard. Well, maybe that's it. Well, Podkolzin sometimes. He'd be a something like really. Nobody else is a threat to score a goal, and that's what I thought. When this game was 4-3 with 13 minutes left, I thought, well, this is going to be the story of the game. You're going to have a hat trick from Bouchard, and you might lose 5 or 6-3 because no one else can score a goal. And I mean, look at the score sheet. The Oilers had 6 goals, 6 players got points. The Capitals had 5 goals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The Capitals had 12 guys with a point or more.
That's crazy.
In their 5 goals. The Oilers had 6. So I mean, that is this year's team.
Yep.
They are as top heavy as they've been probably since the year they lost to Winnipeg in 4 straight in the All-Canadian division. That is just the nature of this team. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Like they had to get 6 points from a defenseman to win a game. That should sum it up. Now the flip side of that is they got 6 points from a defenseman. They got 5 points from their captain. I mean, they have exceptional players, which is why they can win games like this. You know, McDavid actually said in that clip that he didn't think they played that bad.
Yeah, he said that.
I think he's right to a degree. I mean, they didn't allow a shot on goal until 19 minutes and 33 seconds.
Yep.
And then they allowed the second shot a second later, and it went in.
Yep. It certainly did.
So it was a bit of it was sloppy at times. It was a little wide open at times. Like weird night for goaltending. I thought Lindgren made some spectacular saves. He also had 2 shots, hit his right pad and still go in. I mean, the Bouch second goal, and I think McDavid's power play goal. I know it's McDavid on the power play, but watching the replay, I knew it was a goal, and I still thought he was going to stop it. And then it went in. I mean, the Oilers changed their goalie. I asked Chris Knobloch about the goalie change.
What did he say? Because we haven't.
He said he didn't know until after the fact that it hit Stastny's skate.
Right, it did hit Stastny's skate.
Yeah, you'd still obviously like it stopped, but he also said they needed a bit of a momentum change. I mean, I thought the second period was the best Washington played in this game.
Good push.
And to their credit, they did kill off three Oilers power plays, and then the Oilers finally got. I'm just talking about that chunk of the game, right? Because between the Capitals took a too many men penalty with 3:49 left in the second, and then they took 3 more penalties in the first 8 minutes of the third. So they spent a good chunk of time, and plus Lazar's double minor was in there as well. So there was a lot of special teams there. So Washington, almost pulled it out on the penalty kill, and then with a power play goal of their own. But ultimately, I mean, again, the Oilers' big guns led by Bouchard and McDavid were the story tonight. Some nights they're just too much to handle, and they kept hitting the score sheet, and that's how the Oilers got the win.
Did Stastny also deflect the Strome shot?
I don't know.
I think he kicked at it.
Oh, did he? Okay.
I don't know if it hit him.
I couldn't tell on that one.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I tried. I watched it. I saw the different angles, and I couldn't see for sure. Anyway, I was just thinking about that. Okay, Randy has replied. Says, "Hey, just say the word. I'll give up texting the show." Haha. No, Randy. We like the input. You like to chastise us. We get it. And then he says, "Come on, be fair. Don't need to bait Reed with my Homer comment. No need to get him to want to fight me again, like during the playoffs." Do you remember that? That was funny.
Well, I don't want to fight him, but I mean, I think if he's antagonizing people to that point over and over again,
I'm sorry.
Maybe he should consider his part in this.
There's a tone to his text. There's a certain tone for sure. Randy, I mean, hey, like, keep texting. It's all good, buddy.
I don't know who is he mad? Was he mad that fans are happy they won? I mean, hey, you spent $200 to go to that game. What the hell? You saw 11 points. It was Saturday night.
Yeah,
you got some joy on a -22 night. You were in the building for a historic. I mean, there have been. I'm sure you've used this stat already. There have been 4 occasions in Oilers history in which a defenseman has 6 or more points in a game. This was one of them.
Wild.
There hasn't been a defenseman with a 5-point game since Reijo Ruotsalainen in 1987.
Of course.
In all of Oilers history, there have only been 39 times in which a player got 6 or more points. This was one of them. And then, oh, by the way, another player got 5 points and wasn't even, he was actually, I just see this. McDavid was actually the third star after Sordiff on the game sheet.
That's crazy. That's got to be the highest
outrageous.
total for a third star ever. That has to be.
Yeah, like, well, what did Sordiff play?
A goal and an assist.
But yeah, former Oil King.
Yep, nice goal tonight too.
Yes. I mean, on one hand, we can pick it apart. I said, and as much as it's a win, it also exposed some of the Oilers' ongoing weaknesses. The other side of it is most people listening to this stream are Oilers fans, and that team won the hockey game.
It did,
and there were some historic things that happened tonight. So let's recognize the fun side of that.
We will do that. 780-218-9999. Get to the nasty chat as we continue on here on the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show. Edmonton 6, Capitals 5 in overtime. Reed Wilkins with us here for Reed's Reed. The goaltending. What did you think of? I know you said you asked Chris Dahlblock, and you talked about the puck hitting Stasny on the third one. I was talking to former NHL goalie Tyler Wyman, who spent most of his time in the AHL and then Europe, but did get a few games with the Avs. And he said that what is supposed to happen there, and what he thinks Ingram wanted to do, was deflect it into the corner on the left side, and do it in a way where it gets up in the air, so it's not a shot pass, Yeah. And he just whiffed on it. So that's what Wimes was saying. Wimes also did the military jersey presentation, which was great. Good to see. He helps out with the Oilers alumni. The goaltending, Riedrich, just tell me what you thought overall from Ingram and then Jari.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess from an Ingram standpoint, kind of didn't give him a save tonight like he has in some other games. There was the one, I think it was on the power play? Might have not been on the power play. He made a good save moving across to stop Frank. Other than that, I mean, I guess you would have liked something else stopped. That one, and again, the one he got pulled on didn't look great. Jari gave up a couple. Which ones were his? The Strom one from the blue line.
McMichael had
the McMichael one in which he actually made one or two really good saves from in tight,
saves.
And then you had Nurse kind of lying around, and then everybody else collapsed to the net, but all the Capitals players got there first. I mean, you had the Oilers penalty killers around the outside of the Capitals players digging for the puck. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess you don't like giving up 5, but the offense outscored them tonight. I guess for Ingram starts, I mean, it would be his second worst start after the Boston game, but his body of work is still quite good as an Oiler.
Yep. Reed, give us a little peek ahead to Monday against the Anaheim Ducks.
Well, we haven't seen them play the Oilers this year, right? And I got to admit, I have not seen a lot of Anaheim Ducks hockey this year. They were really good, and then they were really bad, and now I think they've bounced back a little bit.
6 in a row.
They're up to 6, okay. Yep. So, or now, are they back in a playoff spot or not quite?
Third in the Pacific now.
Oh, they moved into third.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, right, because they jumped San Jose and LA. So, yeah, I'm curious to see them, with Quenneville coaching, and that they're kind of trying to rebuild. I mean, this is such a weird year in the West. I mean, you got 3 teams, of the top 9 teams, I'll say, because San Jose and LA are tied for the last playoff spot, 3 of those 9 teams have a negative goal differential, including Anaheim. I mean, that's almost sometimes there's one playoff team that might have a negative goal differential. There's been years where it's like the 16 playoff teams were all plus, the 16 non-playoff teams were all negative. You could have 3. So I'm curious to see them. For the Oilers, I think, some good signs tonight. They were sharper than the last couple of games, though there still were some frustrating missed passes and what are you doing moments. So hopefully they can kind of build off this game. But again, I mean, I'm probably going to say this every time. Is there a player in the bottom 6, a combination of players that can actually produce something? Because it doesn't look like there. It doesn't look like there is. It looks like those players will have to be even, maybe helped by drawing a penalty or something like that, and then the big guys got to get out there and do not just the majority of the scoring, all the scoring. That's what happened tonight.
James in the nasty chat says Oilers now have the third highest goals against per game as a team at home. Only the Rangers and Canucks are worse. Not good. And then Dana Bergs. I just want to say Dana Bergs. That's a bad stat. Horrendous. And she also adds, still have to get through Avs Wild Stars. Yeah, that's true. That's going to be.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Oilers aren't a great home team. 13-8-4. I mean, that's just okay.
Yeah.
Trying to look in the West. Avalanche are obviously very good at home.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota, Dallas a little bit better than Edmonton. Vegas about the same. Anaheim a little bit better than Edmonton. Utah a little bit better than Edmonton. San Jose about the same. And then the non-playoff teams are, a little worse than Edmonton at home. Vancouver's terrible at home. So, yeah, I mean, this is an important homestand, right? So they're only 500 after 4 games. So, if this turns out to be a 4-4 homestand, that'd be pretty disappointing. Yeah, I think even 5-3 would be mildly disappointing, but I guess you would take it after starting 2-2.
Yeah, I'd take it. Dana Bergs. I just wanted to say it like that. Thank you, Dana. I'm sorry for saying your name like that. Reed, Rick, get some rest. Maybe a splash of soda before you go to bed.
I don't think I have any soda in the house, Tom.
It's
I don't
bad
know
for
what
your
I'm gonna
teeth.
do.
Bad for your
really
teeth.
Bad for your teeth. Yeah.
Yeah. Brush your teeth. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Benny.
We'll see
have
you,
a
big dog.
great Sunday, everybody. Enjoy the football.
All right. That is Reed's Read, brought to you by Ewell. Awesome stuff from Reed, as always. And of course, Ewell, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. Visit them at ewell.ca. Benny Thomson, I will hand off the player of the game duties to you, as is tradition.
So I'm going to, before I get to liner, I'm gonna say this before I get there. I'm gonna beat my rules. Okay, I'm gonna do it.
You have to tonight.
I have to. All right,
this is
the Damon Bunting Real Estate Player of the Game. Damon Bunting has been a consistent top producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find the right home or make the move from your current home. He's community driven. He understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out on davidbunting.com or visit his Instagram at David Bunting Real Estate.
good recovery.
Thank you. I was trying to switch over the player as I was reading.
I know.
Idea. I have to do this, man. I have to. Evan Bouchard, 6-point night, maybe his best game of his career. Stats wise, that would be the case. It wasn't even just the points that he put up tonight, but also just some heroic plays that he made. I even look at he leveled Ryan Leonard in that corner.
He did. Yes. Good to see.
Hit.
Absolutely.
So yeah, just a heroic game from number 2 tonight. In my opinion, probably the best of his career, even though he's had some big moments in the playoffs. You hope that this is what you get more of as the season goes on, and that's you ride the highs, you ride the lows with Evan Bouchard. This is the highest of the high with him. So as much as people hate to say it, like this is why they paid him $10 million.
And at 10.5, big dog.
Sorry, 10.5, yeah, for games like these. And he put up 6 points tonight, so good for him, man. He's the Damon Bunting player of the game.
Well done, sir. Big Uke giving me a gentle nudge. Thank you for the text, Big Uke. I got the stat from Swainer. He sent a couple more in later. And here we go. I'm going to read these off for everybody. Swainer says, this is the first time in Oilers history that a player had a plus-minus of +5 or better, and another player had a plus-minus of -4 or worse. I just want to double check. Like, who was -4?
Wallman.
Oh, Wallman. That's right. Yeah. And then Swainer also adds, this is only the third time in Oilers history that they have won a game when a player had a -4 or worse rating. Pat Hughes and Kevin McClelland were both -4 in a 6-4 win over the Kings on April 2nd, 1985. Charlie Huddy was -4 in a 6-5 OT win over the Nordiques on March 3rd, 1984. Holy crap, Swainer. Well done. Very well done. Thanks, Big Uke, for the nudge. And that's Swainer is he's digging it up, man. That's so impressive. And I saw something in the nasty chat that I wanted to get to. Vance Van Vanderven. He says, at the time, it was 12:04. It's now 12:06. Now I can honestly say I only had 5 drinks today. You know what, buddy? I believe you. I believe you. BP Tony throwing this out there. I'll throw it to you really quickly, Benny. What do you think? Mangiapane in a second to Winnipeg for Nino Niederreiter, half retained, Logan Stanley, Henrique to anywhere, Janmark at first and second, and Savoy to Nashville for Stamkos, Ryan O'Reilly, both half picker to Ottawa for Cousins. Holy, how many rum and cokes tonight, Tony? How many?
First of all, Tony, you haven't texted about my blind rankings. I gave you a shout out. This was I made it for you. Second of all, no. That's
I think he's messing with us.
That has to be. I would stay far away from Nino Niederreiter. I would, personally.
Yeah.
To me, he's just going to scream more of a Andrew Mangiapane. To me, you need to get a guy. Screw all this like trading struggling guy for struggling guy. Screw that. Like if you're going to make a trade, make it for a guy that is producing. I understand that's going to have to cost the team. You're in a cup window. Bring a guy that's producing.
Improve your team.
Yes.
That's
don't
the
make
goal,
it. Maybe they got better. Maybe no, better, or don't make the move at all.
Yeah. I'm with you. Hey, this has been a fun show.
It's a great show.
Yeah, great show. You gonna go visit the neighbors, or what's going on over there?
No, it feels like I'm right there with them right now. It feels like I'm.
Oh God.
Yeah, I can hear everything. That's for sure. Sounds like last night for someone. I got some buddies that are waiting for me at a place right now, so I'm gonna scoot over there. But
all right.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Get to that place, kid. Get to that place. Good stuff tonight. That's going to do it for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show. The Oilers 6-5 winners in OT. McDavid, the game-winning goal. Evan Bouchard, hello. First career hat trick, 6 points on the night. Just elite level game from him. No denying it. That's why he was the Damon Bunty Real Estate Player of the Game. Big thank you to everybody who watched, everybody who listened, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, of course, YouTube, or EdmontonSportsTalk.com's audio player. If you're going to listen to this show tomorrow via podcast, appreciate it as always. And we'll see if the Oilers can continue with the wins on this homestand where they take on the Anaheim Ducks on Monday. For Reed Wilkins, for Shawn, Belle, and Ben Thomson, I'm Tom Gazzola saying have a lovely night. Thank you for spending some time with us. And we'll see you Monday.